everything in my life. Sunny days and starry nights that never end. You make me laugh, you make me cry, you make me come alive. I'll come alive again. I'll come alive. I'll come alive again.
Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Celeste's Quest for Her Best Life. This is my Attitude of Gratitude special in honor of Thanksgiving, which we are celebrating this week. Now, gratitude is an important concept. In fact, it's a central theme to my life, and it has made me the person that I am today, and it has made my life a million times better than it was years ago before I discovered the power of gratitude in my life. Now, I want to share that attitude of gratitude, and I invited some of my most amazing, beautiful friends that I know that are also entrepreneurs and business owners to share with me what they are most grateful for in the year 2020. Now, keep in mind that a lot of these people have had major struggles this year due to the pandemic with COVID-19 and have lost business, have lost clients. Maybe they're not working at all, and they've still found things to be grateful for in 2020. Now, you may not know this, but this is actually considered the 400th anniversary of Thanksgiving because it is based, or the story, the origins of the story start when the Plymouth colony came over on the Mayflower and landed at Plymouth Rock in the year 1620, so 400 years ago. Now, I know it sucks to be the bearer of bad news, but when we were kids, we were all told this great story. We were told about how the pilgrims came over on the Mayflower and they didn't know how to survive in the wilderness. So the indigenous people came to their aid and offered them a bunch of supplies and showed them how to hunt and cook and survive the harsh, cold winters of the New England area. And that they all sat down and broke bread together and they lived happily ever after. Well, most of you, I should hope all of you know that this is a fantasy and this never really happened, but this is part of American mythology. Now, I believe that the mythology, when you tell a story and you leave out facts, you tell a story the way you believe people want it to have happened. You tell a story the way you wish it would have happened. And that's good to have those idealistic possibilities and to believe that that could have happened. But the problem with omitting the truth is you erase the pain, the struggle, and the history of the people who suffered the most because of the reality of what happened. So there are countless books that actually go into the real story, but they're not history books that we had in school as kids. One book I recommend is called This Land is Their Land, the Wampanoag Indians, Plymouth Colony, and the Troubled History of Thanksgiving. If this is a topic that interests you, that's a great book where this author has done a lot of research to bring you the most accurate story that is out there about Thanksgiving and the relationship between the indigenous people and the first colonizers of Plymouth Rock. So in a very brief summary of what happened is that Chief Ozamekin, he was the chief of the Wampanoag Indian tribe that lived in that particular area where Plymouth Rock was located, which of course they didn't call it that, but I don't know what they called it. But they had a rival tribe called the Narragansett tribe. And this is not the first encounter they'd had with Europeans. Europeans had been coming to this area for over 100 years prior to this with the slave trade and looking for resources and just needing a place to dock for a while. So they had this long relationship and it was not a good one. There was plenty of bloodshed. There had been wars and rivalries and things like that. But to get on the right foot with these new invaders, Chief Ozamekin decided to create an alliance, but it was primarily to protect his tribe from both the people and from the rival tribe, the Narragansett. So this whole dinner idea is based on that alliance. But that alliance was slowly eroded away for 50 years by the colonizers who ravaged them with disease, exploited the natural resources of the area, and kept expanding over the territory. Which ultimately led to a really horrific war called the King Philip's War, or the Great Narragansett War, which then shifted power completely to the Europeans and basically left the indigenous people ravaged with their numbers, with their health, and they were just pushed out of the way by the European colonizers. Now later in the year 1769 and up through the Civil War, the colonizers were kind of losing, the descendants of the colonizers noticed that they were kind of losing credibility, and they wanted to boost tourism. They wanted to boost the relevance of their forefathers by planting this idea that pilgrims were the fathers of America, and that it all started with them, that was ground zero for America, was the pilgrims on Plymouth Rock in 1620. Not true, but these people wanted to boost the relevance of these old forts and bring people to, pay respect and tribute to the pilgrims and their efforts. So this idea started floating around, the story started floating around about this dinner that they had with the indigenous after the alliance was formed, but it was completely false. And it's just part of American mythology. Now, like I said, I like some things about mythology. I like that it's an idea, it's an idealism. Mythology tends to show what is the idealism of a culture, but the reality is much more important to know. Now, and if the idealism of the country is that people of different backgrounds, different beliefs, and different heritage want to sit around the same table and break bread together, that's not an idea that I would be opposed to, and nor should most people be opposed to. But unfortunately, it's still something we're working towards, and we're just starting to see diversity flourish 400 years ago, where people are being more accepting and tolerant of people who are different from themselves. But I think if we start telling the true stories of American history and stop reveling in the myths, I think we can grow a lot from that. And that's where I want to kind of segue into my own personal growth through gratitude. There was a time in my life that I definitely played the victim. I felt like everything had gone wrong in my life. I was born into an abusive situation, and I was adopted. I suffered from a lot of emotional problems when I was young, and I was just in that very self-centered, woe is me, my life sucks, everything's horrible, and everything bad that could happen has happened to me. And I was being bullied for being the fat kid, for having glasses, for being from out of town, for having different kinds of ideas about things, for not liking the boys. There were a lot of things I was picked on for. So it just reinstilled that idea of poor me, I'm a victim of this world. Yet I was never happy, and I just never could see the purpose of being alive at all. Now, some big things happened to me when I was young, including the loss of my father when I was 16 years old. He passed away quite suddenly. And you would think that that would send me into a tailspin of even worse depression and more emotional problems and things like that. But it actually had quite an opposite effect on me. I suddenly became more grateful for my life than I'd ever been before. And I got this idea that life, I had two options at that moment. It was like reaching that path in the forest, and it diverges, and you can go left or you can go right. And for me, one direction was going to take me to my grave. I really contemplated killing myself. The other direction was to live or die. Those were the two options I gave myself at 16 years old. But there was a caveat with the live, and there was a caveat with the die. The one caveat with death was that if you kill yourself, you don't know what the consequences spiritually are on that, and you'll never get to know what your purpose was here on this planet, why God put you here in the first place, what the possibilities are. And if you live, you're not allowed to think about death anymore, and you're never allowed to try to kill yourself, and you're never allowed to be unappreciative of life. You have to just keep going. Wherever that life takes you, you can't turn back. You can't go back and make this decision again. Well, I think we all know which decision I made, right? I'm still here. And as I went down on this path of life and making sure that I could never regret that decision and I could never regret anything going forward on that, I started to discover this gratitude in everything. Gratitude to be alive. Gratitude for the opportunity to even make the choice to choose to be alive. And then as I went to college, I was grateful that I made friends for the first time and that I got to be whoever I wanted to be. And then I was grateful for just everything that came my way. And there were definitely some huge heartaches and things that went wrong. And, you know, life didn't go the way that I planned for it to go. But whatever direction it took, I found something to be grateful for in that. And finally, it's led me here. And I am grateful for my home, my wife, the opportunities that I have, the friends that I have, the people I know, the community that I live in. I'm grateful for literally everything. And I just love to share that. So I hope that you'll find gratitude and find opportunities to be grateful for. And there's this whole teaching that if you're grateful for what you have, you'll get more. And so some people go into this idea of gratitude like, I'm going to be grateful so that I'll get more stuff. That's not true gratitude. You have to be grateful for everything that you have as is, with no expectation of getting more just for feeling grateful for what you have. If there's a payoff, then you're not truly grateful for it. So I'd like for you to think about, what are you most grateful for this year? Look for things to be grateful for around you, within you, about who you are, your ability to think. So I think it's important every day to focus on what you're grateful for. If you have to write down 3 things a day that you're grateful for, do it. That would be a great way to get started. So one of the things that has been the most difficult about the year 2020 is the fact that we can't come together for our big celebrations like holidays and weddings and birthdays and anniversaries and all these special events that really make up our culture. These events are so important to us, and I don't know if people really understood the importance and significance until they weren't allowed to do them anymore. So because we can't celebrate with our friends and our family the way that we would traditionally, because we want to keep ourselves and the people we love safe, I decided to invite my friends in the community to tell me what they are most grateful for and to share their videos with you here in my episode. So here's what my friends said that they're grateful for in the year 2020.
Hello. My name is Keisha Lee NJ, and I run an online company called Striking Statements, which allows me to work with brilliant people from all over the country to help them improve their messaging. Because in this world and in life, your words and how you use them to communicate is everything. And so I'm passionate about helping people really tap into their authentic selves and to be able to express themselves fully and to stand in their truth for better companies, businesses, and overall quality of life. So that's done through content creation, messaging, and writing copy. So Striking Statements is the name of the game, and it's really what I truly choose to live by. And speaking of that, 2020, this year has definitely been striking, right? It's been one for the books for sure. For me, I am most grateful for my health, my connection with God, and the friendships and relationships that I have. New ones that I have found, including meeting Celeste this year, has been tremendous. And I'm very, very grateful for those things. Because without it, it's like, what is life about? What is it? What is the purpose without having that connection to yourself and having your health and having really great relationships? So I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the year and, of course, an amazing 2021. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, hi Celeste. My name is Max Disposti. I'm a friend of Celeste and Renee, but I'm also the director of the LGBT Center here in Oceanside, California. So what am I grateful for this very weird, challenging 2020? Well, we're grateful that me and my staff, hi Jerry, say hi. We're still here providing services for our community. So we're grateful and fortunate to be able to do that. And kind of like gives us a peace of mind in one way and a sense of what's going on, right, in the community. So we're super grateful for being able to still provide services and really, really pissed about this 2020 that has emptied out our center. So we miss the people. We miss those that come here every week, but we're still grateful for people like you, Celeste, and Renee, that despite everything brings joy and art and humanity to this community. So a big kiss from all of us, and thank you for having me. Ciao, love you, bye.
Hi, I'm Deanne.
And I'm Jared.
I'm Jade.
Gustafson, this is Jade. And 2020 has certainly brought a lot of challenges, but it's also given us an opportunity to be able to have a lot of gratitude. Yeah. Yeah, you've been really, what are you grateful for, Jade?
For mommy, daddy, and sister.
That's right, mommy, daddy, and your sister.
We also have a 15-month-old who's sleeping right now. Wanted to bring Jade into this, A, because just wants to be part of our video, but B, one of the main things we're grateful for is family, for sure. Family and health, that's like above all. 2020, like Jared said, has been a crazy year. Our business is Kombucha on Tap, based here in San Diego. We distribute healthy beverages and barely survived COVID as a company, that's for sure.
We've definitely been grateful for the government assistance programs, the PPP loans, the EDIL, as well as a fantastic team of employees. We had to let half of our staff go at the beginning of COVID, but we were able to bring everyone back that wanted to come back. And the ones that did come back have really shined and shown just how much care they have to be able to maintain the company and also take care of our clients. We're a customer service-based company, and without a fantastic team, we wouldn't be able to take great care of our customers as well.
So the silver lining is we now have an all-star team because of what COVID did to our company. So there's a silver lining there. Another thing we're grateful for, besides all the things we mentioned, we're grateful that we're in a health beverage industry because people need to be taking care of their health right now.
We're grateful for just being able to be a great family and have great friends out there that even if we can't get together with them, we can still converse with them on a regular basis to maintain the physical distance, but the social togetherness.
Grateful for a lot of things. Thank you, Celeste, for having us be part of your show. And yeah, I mean, lots of laughter in 2020. How could we not when we got this little goofball? Can you give him a kiss goodbye? Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi Celeste, my name is Carolyn Bolton and my business is For Wellness Naturally. I'm here in Oceanside. I've been a holistic health practitioner, master herbalist, and nutritionalist for over 10 years, helping people get into the underlying cause of their ailments. I do this with nutritional protocols and non-toxic, comprehensive herbal formulas. One of the things I'm very grateful for is being able to have this space to help my clients reach their optimum health goals. The other thing that I'm very grateful for is the fact that my family and friends are healthy and well, and we're able to maintain their businesses through these tough times. I hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you have an amazing holiday season, and stay healthy and stay well. Thank you.
What's up, y'all? My name is Beau, otherwise known as DJ Mancat. I am here to tell you what I am grateful for this year, and that is the rise of the artists. We've had so many amazing artists coming through the Quarantine Network, and it's really hard to be creative when the outflow of creativity is not there. It's challenging, and we had to do that this year in not the best of circumstances. So for all these people who took the time out of their day to try to brighten other people's, big shout out to y'all. It's been a really tough year for everyone, but for those who have found it within themselves to still be creative, to still share their talents with the world, I want to give y'all a big shout out. And I'll leave you with the Where's Waldo of my cat's butt. It's right there.
Hey, it's me, Victoria Bearden, astrologer and psychic. You can find me at astrologysandiego.com. And I believe the assignment is, what am I grateful for? And I would say I am grateful and very thankful for my ability to think, to be a critical thinker, and to be able to share my insights with my friends and my clients and the world at large. And I'm also grateful for everything that's in the plus column right now in this incredibly challenging time. There's still a lot in the plus column, and I know it's going to get better, and I'm grateful for that in advance. And my cat, I'm very grateful for Heyu. So there you go. From my floor and lounging around in my bathrobe, love to you, over and out.
Hi, I'm Cynthia.
And I'm WB.
And we are the owners of Cynthia's Artistic Expressions, Art Gallery, and Paint Studio in Oceanside, 713 Mission. And we're right there in downtown Oceanside. We own an art gallery and studio, and we specialize in sip and paint fundraisers and sip and paint parties, as well as custom artwork. WB is our fabulous lead artist. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I make my way through it. Being fabulous, I'm not sure. But in addition to those things that as Cynthia mentioned, we teach classes for children and adults. As she mentioned, we do fundraisers. We do a lot of community, outreach. So anytime someone needs some help with some art related, things, we're there. We're there to lend a hand. We do murals, indoors, outdoors. Basically we run the art gamut. You name it, I'm sure we can get it done. We're so thankful. 2020 has been challenging.
Yes.
But we're very thankful for one, to having each other, and two, our church family. We have a wonderful church family, friends and family, great community there, and we've supported each other throughout. And we're so thankful for that. Every morning, I'm thankful that my wife is there with me. Every morning, I'm thankful that I have sound body and sound mind, that I get up and can do it all over again. But this day, I'm going to try to do it better than the last. And I tend to succeed sometimes in that. And we're so thankful also for this opportunity to share with you guys what we're thankful for. And this is one of them. Just an opportunity to just share what we do and let people know what we do and where we are and who we are.
Yes. And we are also very, very grateful for the relationships and the people that we've met here in Oceanside. We are very grateful for the city of Oceanside embracing us and the art that we were bringing. We wanted to share our gifts, and we've donated several pieces to a lot of organizations. And they've been so appreciative, and we definitely appreciate them. We're very grateful for the friends that we've made since we've been here, and we're very grateful for the opportunity to share our gifts with the city.
All right. Lastly, one of the gifts we've donated has been a mural to the city of Oceanside. It's right outside our shop, 713 Mission Avenue. It's a wonderful aquarium. Get out there and take a look at it and take yourself some wonderful selfies.
Yes. And we're also grateful for the opportunity to share this. We appreciate you guys so very much. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
My name is Joey Pearson, and I'm the founder of Community Spanish. My organization teaches Spanish to people across the world, and we believe that bridging the language divide builds a world of respect and understanding, of multicultural appreciation. The company that I aimed to design years ago brought learners of all types and of all backgrounds to the table to learn Spanish. But because I'm only in one place and at one time, I could only serve people in the geographic region where I live. I've lived in Washington, D.C., and so I served lots of people in embassies in our nation's capital. And here in North County, Southern California, San Diego region, I've only been able to really serve people in my geographical area. A little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, Community Spanish went online and we started providing classes to people around the world through our online platform. And one of the benefits of the shift to online learning that we've seen in 2020 due to COVID-19 is that more people understand that yes, they can learn in online communities. Learning online has become part of our everyday normality. And my students of all ages and of all backgrounds from around the globe are able to connect and to build community and to learn Spanish directly with me from my home office here in Oceanside, California. So in the midst of the turmoil and the chaos and the loss of COVID-19, I'm grateful that we still have a chance to learn and to create community through online platforms, including Zoom and my own company, Community Spanish.
So I hope you enjoyed hearing from some of my friends. Of course, just like any dinner or party, I can't invite everybody. There's not enough room at the table for all the friends that I have. I have an amazing group of friends and community members and people that I respect. And I was so glad that I was able to ask a few of my local people that I know to be part of this, and that they agreed to share what they are most grateful for in the year 2020. So welcome to my dinner table, everyone. And as you can see, Wazo is here to join us today on this episode because we're about to talk about the annual tradition of stuffing a parrot for Thanksgiving dinner. Right, Wazo? Just kidding. I would never eat you. But there are lots of different traditions that you'll find throughout the country and in different families. I was raised in a middle to lower class Caucasian rural family who had pretty much the idea of what Thanksgiving should be from basic culture. So we had the pumpkin pie for dessert. We had rolls, we had a turkey, we had gravy, we had green bean casserole from Campbell's soup recipe on the back of the can. We had stovetop stuffing. Where are you going? And we had mashed potatoes. Yams were not a really big part of our celebration. We had them a couple of times. The pumpkin pies were always really important to us, and so was the turkey. Nowadays, we celebrate Thanksgiving with my grandparents up in Orange County, and usually they do a Thanksgiving honey baked ham and some scalloped potatoes, like cheese and crackers for an hors d'oeuvre. And maybe my grandma does like a really good apple crisp bake. And then I'm bringing this riced cauliflower stuffing this year from Trader Joe's. Yeah, I'm not cooking. No, it's not gonna happen. But there's different ways that people show how much they love you. And this holiday really emphasizes the people that, with food as their love language. Those people that love to cook food for the people that they love the most, and share food. And that's what this holiday has really become about, is bringing families, both the ones you're born into or the ones that you choose, to the table to celebrate and indulge in food, usually mostly homemade, but there are definitely people out there that still do TV dinners or have order in on Thanksgiving. And some people are all about the shopping on Thanksgiving, which anyway, I'm not going to get into my beef with that. But I do feel like Thanksgiving still has a lot of the traditional values behind it, and the values that are really about bringing people together around the table. That is a central concept and a central theme, as well as the gratitude that we share, just being able to be together. That can be sometimes the greatest thing people are thankful for on Thanksgiving is one another. So I hope that you guys will have a wonderful Thanksgiving this year, whatever you're eating or however you celebrate or whomever you're celebrating with. Me and Wazo want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving from our family to yours. So happy Thanksgiving from our family to yours. This is Renee. I know I talk about her a lot, but she is the most important person in my entire life. And I'm grateful for her every single day that I wake up and get to see that beautiful face of hers. And Renee and I, we try to live life to the fullest and try to be really positive no matter what is facing us. And one of the ways we do that is we started this year making a toast. And our toast goes like this: health, wealth, and happiness. Cheers. And we're drinking kombucha from Kombucha on Tap, thanks to Jared and Deanne, who you saw in my gratitude videos. And of course, we are grateful for that guy back there, the little green Kermit guy. That's Wazo. And he definitely makes life interesting for us.
I said his name. No,
he made the jump.
I don't want it.
Anyway, so we are so grateful to have him in our lives, even though he can be a little bit of a nuisance at times. But I'm grateful for the gigs that I've had this year and the virtual concerts and the support that I've gotten from community and fans who have bought my album. I was so grateful that I could finish my album this year for your birthday, and we got to do an album release party in the middle of COVID, which is a pretty big deal to be able to do anything.
It's fun.
And I'm very grateful that we got to kind of give our home a little makeover and make it something where we can be really comfortable and happy. And that was thanks to the rats. So thank you, rats. There's a silver lining to everything. And I'm also grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this show and for you guys watching us right now. What do you
I'm thankful that I sold a lot of art this year. Usually I paint a couple hours a day, and I was able to paint 5 to 10 hours a day. So I did sell a lot of art. I got a lot of new customers, and it was good.
It's because I wasn't running you around all over town.
Mm-mm.
I know, we've been home more than we've ever been home in our entire lives. We are not homebodies. So this was difficult for us, but not for her because she's got the painting thing. And now I have
after a while,
now I have my show to work on. And I'm really grateful that we did get to spend time with a few of our friends and family and celebrate some milestones this year.
Birthdays. I'm thankful for my family.
Yeah, you've gotten to spend some time with your family. They've been part of our COVID pod.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for our friends in our community. We had some really weird things happen this year, but friends and community members were really supportive and came together for us and just wanted to show us how much they love us. And that meant a lot to us, a lot to me, a lot. And I really thought that if I had this much time, I would have lost weight. So I gained the COVID-19, I'm calling it. It was probably more than 19 pounds, but I'm calling it the COVID-19. But I'm grateful for my health. I mean, I'm glad that I'm a healthy person and I can make healthy decisions for myself. And I feel good. I'm really grateful for that.
Grateful for each other.
Grateful for love. Grateful for friends.
Nobody could quarantine with us.
No.
Nope.
Especially him. He's the worst. Well, we are grateful for all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.